name's Jocelyn and you're back on a BBO with War on Drugs. Okay, so a rise in recreational drug use in the 1960s led President Nixon's focus on the start of targeting substance abuse. During Nixon's presidency term, June 1971, he officially declared war on drugs. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan reinforced and expanded on Nixon's war on drugs policies. Reagan declares war on drugs on October 14, 1982. He declared illicit drugs to be a threat to the U.S. national security. He popularized the term war on drugs when he first used them in 1971. His wife, in 1984, launched the Just Say No campaign to educate children on the dangers of drug use, so don't use drugs. Reagan's refocus on drugs led to significant increase in incarcerations for nonviolent drug crimes. In 1986, the Congress passed the Anti-Drug Abuse Act, which was established mandatory minimum prison sentences for certain drug offenses. In 1988, Reagan created the Office of National Drug Control Policy to coordinate drug-related legislative, security, diplomatic research, and health policy throughout the government. This law was later heavily criticized as having racist ramifications because it allocated longer prison sentences for offenses involving the same amount of crack cocaine as powder cocaine. Today, the Drug Policy Alliance, which advocates for an end to the war on drugs, estimates that the U.S. spends $51 billion annually on these initiatives. And that's what I got from the BBO.
In March of 1976, the Soviets imposed a mobile intermediate-range ballistic missile with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle systems containing 3 150-kiloton nuclear warheads. Unfortunately, this missile was replaced by a minimum-range intercontinental ballistic missile called the SS-20. President Jimmy Carter imposed a strategic nuclear weapons and nuclear-capable aircraft as counterstrikes to the SS-20 if needed. NATO soon expressed their concern that the Soviets now had an advantage over them in long-range theater nuclear forces. The U.S. stepped in under President Reagan and agreed to negotiate with Russia. Our consultation with NATO came to show that our INF agreement must 1. Provide equality both in limits and rights between the U.S. and Soviet Union, 2. Be strictly bilateral and thus exclude British and French systems, 3. Limit systems on a global basis, and 4. Not adversely affect NATO's conventional defense capability, and 5. Effectively verifiable. Reagan announced that on November 18, 1981, the U.S. would eliminate our Pershing IIs and GLCMs in return for the Soviet Union dismantling its SS-20s, SS-4s, and SS-5s, known as the 0-0 offer. This treaty marked the first time that superpowers had agreed to reduce their nuclear arsenals, eliminate an entire category of nuclear weapons, and utilize extensive on-site inspections for verification. As a result of this INF treaty, the U.S. and Soviet Union destroyed a total of 2,692 short, medium, and intermediate range missiles by the deadline of June 1st, 1991. Now off to Carla Corral with the Life on the Home Front.
Welcome back to the BBO channel. My name is Carla Corral. Today I will be talking to you guys about the Transmission Control Protocol and the Internet Protocol. This was created by the inventors Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn. They were known as the fathers of the Internet. It was one of the most popular protocols in the world. The TCP/IP protocol was designed in the 1970s to help get word from military bases from one area to another. In order to make this work and proper in case of like an accident, they created what they call the 7/8 rule, which means the protocol must still work even if 7/8 of the machinery is not in proper use. So this was made just in case there were bombings going on, shootings going on, that were gonna get in the way of signals. The architects were flexible because the range of applications for the network was wide, from file transfer to time-sensitive data, such as voice and how fast it can get from one area to another. So that later became one of the best ways to get from area to area. Thank you for watching.